Man, something ain't right. They keep finding thousands of votes for Biden every night. Dead people voting for him like they coming back to life. And I don't see the GOP anywhere in sight. I guess it's everybody. Everybody guess it's Patriots versus 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 everybody. They trying to steal the election, but they can only do it if we let them. What a GOP congressman that everybody in question. COVID over with, the Democrats are the infection. Late ballots getting dropped off overnight. Trump called that. Trump not getting none of them votes. Wait, pause that. Of course, on swing states is where we see all the fraud at. We need to win, get people to go to jail, all that. Hey, I guess I couldn't beat him. Even after Democrats impeached him, they saw the numbers and they knew they couldn't reach him. Hey, I have a better idea. Let's try to cheat then. But we won't let it happen. This isn't the OGOP. We taking action. We pulling up the places and popping out like what happened. Trump won, then we know it. Fox News, stop the capping. Let's go. Oh my, something ain't right. They keep finding thousands of votes for Biden every night. Dead people voting for him like they coming back to life. And I don't see the GOP anywhere in sight. I guess it's everybody. Everybody guess it's Patriots versus everybody. Everybody guess it's Patriots versus everybody. Everybody guess it's Patriots versus everybody. Everybody guess it's Patriots versus.
What's up, party people, to another episode of Who Asked You Podcast. I am your host, Studio 2 Groovy, and today we got so much to talk about. But before I start, y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I got to start saying that because people be missing, you know what I'm saying? People be missing the show, and they be like, damn, I didn't know you was going to be on. So, yeah, I just want to, y'all make sure y'all hit the notification bells. So much stuff has been happening, so much disheartening things have been happening. You know, we've been putting information out and trying to, you know, keep everybody's spirits high with this knowledge, but then we just got hit in the chest with a whole bunch of lies. So on this episode of Wild World Review, we on 5. I cannot believe that already we up to 5. We're going to be breaking down some little known facts and like just shit that's speculated that don't have to be speculated anymore. So you saw a WAP on, you know, on the title, and you're probably wondering like, well, why the hell he's talking about all this more important stuff and then he mentions WAP. Well, let me show you what these the Democratic voters decided to do and say as they celebrated. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. Yeah, so that shows you the idiocracy. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah, Goddess Aminata said, I just seen this video, shows the mental state of the Biden voters. That's facts. And they're dancing and clapping to their own demise, and I'm going to tell you why. Shout out Earth Goddess TV. It's always good energy between myself and you. So, yeah, shout out to you. But it's always like history is repeating itself. People are dancing and twerking to their demise. So let me show y'all something. This is what happened while everybody was celebrating this false victory. People, you know, the devil is always working, okay? So what I'm showing you here, let me make sure that y'all can see it. Okay, y'all can see it. What this says, and this is law.com, you can go look it up yourself, and let me actually zoom in a little bit more so y'all can see. It says State Bar State bar passes mandatory COVID-19 vaccination recommendation. Mary Beth Morrissey, chair of the Bars Association's Health Law Section's Task Force on COVID-19, said in a statement, that's a little bit too zoomed in. Statement after the vote on Saturday, the authority of the state to respond to a public health crisis is well established in constitutional law. Now, this was November 7th. This was at 5 p.m. Uh, the New York State Bar Association on Saturday passed a resolution urging the state to consider making it mandatory for all New Yorkers to undergo COVID-19 vaccination when a vaccine becomes available, even if people object to it for religious, philosophical, or personal reasons. Let me reread that again, because all of these people are saying that be like, oh, no, I have a way out of it. No, you do not. No, you do not. Let me reread that one more time. The New York State Bar Association on Saturday passed a resolution urging the state to consider making it mandatory for all New Yorkers to undergo COVID-19 vaccination when a vaccine becomes available, even if people object to it for religious, philosophical, or personal reasons. Now, you know what that means. They're trying to force vaccines on us. Okay? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to force it on us. And we know that there is always going to be repercussions for us refusing shit like that. Shout out Ro in the building. Exactly. Yo, that's how I feel. That's how I feel for real. Like they just gonna have to, it's destiny, yo. I don't think I'm gonna die because I feel like the ancestors got me, so I'm just gonna have to muster up that warrior spirit because I'm not a violent person at all. Well, I was when I was younger, but now I'm not. But I'm gonna just have to get that energy back because I'm not going. It's not gonna happen, yo. So just in case somebody out there, because I want y'all to share this video as far as possible. Just in case people be like, oh, well, that's exaggeration. That's just in one state, or even if they do that, they're not gonna like arrest us or anything. Let me show y'all something. They are beta testing in New Zealand right now. So let me read this article. Mandatory quarantine camps were just rolled out in New Zealand, a globalist testing ground for the mass extermination of humanity. This was posted. What is that? August 17th, 2020. After outlawing firearms possession by citizens, which they are trying to do, the Biden administration are trying to take guns. After outlawing firearms possession by citizens, New Zealand's government is now exploiting its power to monopoly to roll out mandatory quarantine camps for people who might be infected with COVID-19. And some people will never be allowed to leave those camps, that New Zealand Prime Minister insists. The new medical fascism rules will ensnare family members of people who test positive for COVID-19, even though nearly all the testing being conducted around the world is unreliable and routinely produces false positives. It's now clear that the coronavirus pandemic is being weaponized by globalist-minded bureaucrats to enslave the masses in preparation for a global vaccine depopulation initiative. Dr. Ashley Bloomfield said the mandatory quarantine will apply to both new cases and, if necessary, close family members who might be at risk. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, in a Facebook Live video, explained in detail how each and every activity will be monitored in these camps, and those that refuse to be tested will be forced to stay in the camps for a longer duration. Ardern explains that if you refuse to be tested, you will be indefinitely imprisoned and never allowed to leave the quarantine camp. Let me say that again. Ardern explains that if you refuse to be tested, you will be indefinitely imprisoned and never allowed to leave the quarantine camp. We are quarantining everyone. Now we are also mandating testing. That makes us the most stringent in the world. There are countries that are requiring self-isolation. We're taking it a bit further. If anyone moves into a common area or is getting some fresh air, which is all monitored, no one can do that on their own. That is crazy. They can only leave or be in a space to get a little bit of fresh air if they are supervised because, of course, it's a quarantine facility. We have put in millions of dollars into supporting that to happen. I have a number of questions about people refusing. What do we do if someone refuses to be tested? Well, they can't now. If someone refuses in our facility to be tested, they have to keep staying. So they won't be allowed to leave after 14 days. They have to stay on for another 14 days. Behold the face of an evil tyrant who imprisons people over fake COVID tests. That is nuts. That is nuts. I don't even have to read any further than that. Y'all can check this article out if you want to. This is by Distributed News, or go to clearnewswire.com. So yeah, a lot of stuff is happening, yo. They do. That's facts. Yep. They do. They won a world war. And yeah, only an idiot would hand over their weapons. That's facts. So we all see what's going to happen. We all see what's going down. I got two more things that I want to show everybody. Then I'm going to hop off of here. Let's be clear. Let's be sure and clear that Joe Biden does want public mask mandates, which will lower your immune system. Biden would implement public mask mandate. I'm just going to read one excerpt. Mr. Biden, the Democratic nominee, is pushing for a similar move in the U.S., calling for a nationwide mandate that amounts to a face covering requirement on federal property and interstate transportation, and a plea for every governor to issue a mask mandate. If governors won't do it, Mr. Biden plans to lean on mayors, hoping to make mask wearing a social norm from coast to coast. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's what they want. They want absolute control of everything. And people are dancing and twerking to their own demise, yo. Like, it's crazy. I got one last thing that I want to show before I end this Wild World review. Shout out to Young Pharaoh for this, and the guy who made this. I cannot for the life of me remember his name, but if you want to see proof of the fraud, go to stopthesteal.wiki. It literally has live updates. Wisconsin clerks found fixing spoiled ballots, permitting voters to escape ID rules, etc. They have the true state of the 2020 election. Trump 232, Biden 226, 7 states undecided in dispute. And it goes on and on and on. And it's showing you Joe Biden says he's built most extensive voter fraud organization in history. And he did say that. He for sure said that. Hold on. I got to, before, you know what? I'm going to end it with this. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Hold on. Let me see. I got to get.
We have put together.
I'm about to end tonight's show on this right here. Oops. Y'all, I'm telling you, you will not believe what you're about to hear. And y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this channel and let this video go as far as it can, because it's very vital information, okay? And like I always do, let's leave with love and light. Peace.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.